Welcome, everybody.
I'm calling.
Welcome to Gotham After Dark, Thrones of the Underworld. I am DM Discretion. With me, we have Audible, the Architect, Access, Mystic Knight, Toreador, and Crosshair 2.0. We also have a guest with us, the inimitable Q, who will be joining the campaign at some point in the near future. He's just sitting along with us for the ride. Ithera may be joining us later, but he might be in Odin's sleep, so that's why I don't have any pictures, no cameras, just avatars currently on the screen. So we're going to pick up from our last game, and let's see here. So let's see who's together. Audible and Toreador were excommunicado from the Hotel Obsidian.
Yeah.
And made a dramatic escape from a near shredding by multiple point gunfire.
Athera's coming.
Audible had. Thank you. Audible used one of his ciphers, which came in handy. And they made a dramatic escape from Sal's office. Sal being the boss of bosses for the Underworld mob, and I'm sorry, what was your family's last name? Why can't I remember it?
DeLuca.
DeLuca, that's right, Salvatore DeLuca, and so they're currently on the lam, trying to figure out their next move. The Architect is doing his own, what do you call it? His own side quest-ish, trying to figure out pages, the information, trying to decipher the information that he had received from the Parkside galleries with a not-so-fun encounter with an apparition, and one of his personalities went wee and pee and poo on himself as they made their escape from the gallery with their information. Mystic Knight and Access.
Oh, there's Mike.
Okay, thank you for letting everybody know.
Ooh, that enthusiasm.
He's like, oh, there he is. Hey.
Put the pom-poms down. Put them down. Put them down.
All right. So Mystic Knight and Access were formulating a plan. They had successfully hacked the Helios servers and absconded with some information, which I had just provided to you in Discord. So please take a look at that. And Crosshair, surprisingly, was given the task by Sal at their just after their family dinner to take care of the problem that is Audible and Toreador.
I'll put 3 bullets in his head.
And then we come to Ithera, who was given information. And by the way, I'm going to do a little bit of a retcon because there was some debate on the information that you did receive. So what I will do is I'm going to give Mystic Knight, you're going to have to make it would be an intellect roll for your artifact, and it's the level of your artifact is the target number, and you can't add any bonuses because you weren't even aware that it was happening at the time. So what's the level of your artifact? Are you there? I swear to Allah. All right, there he is. Oh, and by the way, artifacts, you guys need to start rolling because I need for you, and let me get my notes here. I need to know how many charges you have for this particular game so that I can keep track before they are depleted.
Artifacts
And that would be, yes, artifacts have depletion rate for usage. This way they don't get perma-used or abused. Hold on for a second, please. Is this my notebook that I needed? This may be it. Yes. No, maybe So there we are. Okay. And so I'm going to ask. And it is midnight in game. Just want to let everybody know that.
Oh.
Hey, fellas.
What's going on, Mike?
What's up?
I'm okay. Testing out this whole camera and light thing.
Well, it's working. So I'm going to need for the owners of Rita and the Bracer to make a D6 roll. So it's D6 plus 1, which is your tier. And these are the charges for your artifacts. That didn't work out.
Oh, I forgot that.
So what's the die that I'm
It's
rolling?
D6 plus your tier, so... All right.
No. That's not how it works. It's just the die that you. It's a die that you assign to the artifact, and then on that die, if we roll a 1, the use is up. So you literally just keep rolling until you roll a 1 every time you activate it. So I think it's a D6, a D20, and I don't remember the third die. I think it's a D10.
All right.
So So how does this work with that? It sounds like it's GM number 2 has a different.
Yep, just give me a sec here. I need to confirm. It is entirely possible that I had it misread. Artifact.
The D6 plus the tier is, I believe, for
For the level.
the recovery.
No. Hold on.
No, you can make up any level. Like, depending on how high the level you wanted to make the artifact, you can just give us a level, being that they were already originated for us, or you could have us roll. And that could be anything like a D6 plus 2, a D6 plus 4. I don't know if it goes any higher than a D6 plus something.
It goes
Right.
So when an artifact is used or activated, the player rolls the designated die. If the die shows the depletion number, the item works. What? Means that the artifact never depletes. Depletion issue. Okay, that is weird. I don't even know why I'm trying to read this without my glasses. All right, I'll come back to these in a minute. I just want to, let me just finish the recaps. So, Ethera, you did receive information, but so did we discuss the artifact level? Did I give that to you for Rita? I think I did.
No, you never did.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. Oh, you know what? I found my dice bag the other day, so I'm going to use that.
Wow. Like, dice has become so obsolete nowadays.
Yeah,
No, they
you
haven't.
remember we collecting them bitches? I used to go to Complete Strategist all the time just to look at the new dice and figure
Like
out which
real
one I
good?
wanted.
I still collect them. I got a bunch of 20s right here in front
Yeah,
of me.
I just bought some metal
Look
ones
it up,
that were
this one.
fucking dope. I like that
See
one.
how
Yeah.
big this one is, Lewis?
That's nothing, bro. I got one
I
that's
got a metal one that I could beat somebody with.
I got one that's like twice the size of a fucking golf ball, a 20-sided.
Yeah, I got a big one over
Yeah.
there too that glows. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Okay, so let me
Crazy,
just do
man.
this.
When they go into the cons and Anime Con and Comic Con, they have all these crazy dice sets.
When's the next one in New York? Is it the Comic Con in August?
Anime Con is August 21st to the 24th,
Mm-hmm.
and then Comic Con is in October.
Okay.
Too many people.
Huh?
Too many people.
Yeah, Anime Con's going to be, because they did it last year during the summer for the first time to see how it is, and it was a good turnout. And
I'm
now
sure.
they're keeping Anime Con for the summer.
I'm sure it's great, but it's a lot of walking around and a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a good con that I fucking missed was PAX East. It's up here in Boston. It's
Never.
It's all.
I heard about that.
It's a fucking dope con because it.
That's the one for technology, right?
Yes, they
Yeah.
do have a role playing section, but it's all tech and it's fucking amazing. Some of the shit that's coming out.
I've always wanted to go. But
I would
never
be
get the
tempted to
money.
go. These are the dice I got recently. To D6s.
No, I
Nice.
can't really see it because your background. Oh, nice!
Oh.
You got them in the foam core and everything, motherfucker. All right, everybody's flexing with their dice now.
No, well, as y'all were talking about, I was like, oh yeah, I just got these. I'm gonna put them in my
The last
bag
set
with
of
the other
dice I
ones.
got was from Critical Role. I did the Kickstarter, back to animated, whatchamacallit.
I think these are also metal too.
Figures, it'll fit with you.
Yep, they're metal.
Forge them into a knife later on during the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, but how often is PAX East? So they haven't had it in a while.
It's once a year. They have a PAX East and West, obviously West Coast, East Coast. So
Yeah, I know somebody went to San Diego Comic Con and they was like, that shit is just too crowded.
I believe it.
Oh, I've been hearing about San Diego Comic Con. It's ridiculous.
I went there once.
I mean,
and it is.
that's the
It's very
fucking
much
that's the
crowded.
mecca.
And it's not just a convention center. It's like the fucking town around it.
Yeah,
Right.
literally.
It's like a
It's
ecosystem.
fucking
It's
awesome.
its own ecosystem. It's like maybe what's the one that you do in Atlanta, Danny? Look at this motherfucker. It's on the phone with his hookers. Unbelievable.
Yo, what's up?
No,
What's the con in Atlanta?
Dragon Con.
Dragon Con. And then
Yeah.
Dragon
Yeah,
Con,
Dragon Con.
and then Gen Con is in Indiana. That one's all about role playing.
Yeah, the Dragon Con is pretty dope, man. You guys should definitely go. I
You
try to
went?
go every year.
yeah, was it like a lot of fantasy and like whatchamacallit?
Dragon Con is everything from what
It's
I hear.
everything in one, and it's like 6 hotels. It's just, this shit is sick, bro. Raves, parties. I mean, it's just crazy. I'm actually gonna go this year with my brother. So
When is it?
it's Labor Day weekend.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so
All right, so I sent you guys information for your
data breach.
yeah, for the data breach. I also sent you the levels for your artifacts. So take that.
Okay.
So Lou, that
Question.
okay, go ahead.
What?
Go ahead,
Just real
go
quick,
ahead.
since I was able to see the information.
Uh-huh.
Over here, you say 63.9% complete, but what I got was pretty much to put us on the same track that our other characters are with Helios. Is that all the 63.9% that we got?
Yes. Hold
Okay.
on a second.
No, because it just seems a bit. It doesn't seem like it would be 63% of the information that the database was storing. I'm just saying.
Lou, I don't see anything about the level for Rita.
Look in. It's in roll 20. I apologize.
Oh, okay. Rita, level 6. Gotcha.
All right, so I'm not exactly sure I'm following. You got information from
Like the information that I got seems less than what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting everything, obviously.
Sure you
but-
were. Because
No.
the fact that you said you got
you know
less than
what?
what you were expecting, you fat
Whatever.
fuck.
Fine. I'm not gonna argue with
No,
you.
all right,
This
so
wasn't
go ahead,
about
and
arguing.
make your damn point.
This wasn't about arguing, Lou. That's
Wait,
fine.
hold on. I thought
That's fine.
Mr. Knight,
We'll just have what we got.
wait,
That's
hold
fine.
on. Just make your point. Make your
No,
point.
because I'm sick and tired of him talking about being contrarian.
Dude, just make your point. Just say exactly what you
Make
you
your point.
Yeah,
want
that's what I'm saying.
without
Stop.
dancing around the whole
I'm not
sentence.
dancing. What I'm saying is, not trying to reveal what he gave us. But what he gave us was just very simplistic compared to the percentage that we got from a data dump. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, well, remember that Helios stuff is massive.
Exactly. So 63% of it should be more than what we got.
Maybe that's
I'm not
all.
saying that.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
not
wait,
saying
wait,
that
wait.
much
But
Hold on.
more.
hold on. Lewis, did we go through all the information, or are we still going through the information?
You're still going through it.
Okay, so then this is just what we got now. We still haven't gotten the information.
Mhm.
So let's just do this from now on. Whatever we gotta say, just say it. Just think about what you're gonna say, and then say there's no reason why everybody should be getting emotional with each other.
I'm not getting. Nobody's getting emotional. Anyway.
You are. It's you.
Yeah, I know. It's me. It's always me.
Okay, so go ahead. So what's up?
Okay. As far as the latter half of that data information, most of what Helios has is only it's very basic and it's only in its infancy, which is again why that last part doesn't have as much as you expected, because the expectation is that Helios is involved in a lot of this stuff, and they are, but following the arc of the last of that Heroes campaign, there wasn't a lot going as far as how they were. What are you talking about? Research and development on that goo. They were just starting to try to break it down, and a lot of that stuff was way over their heads, which is why they were going to use third parties to help them to navigate through that.
Oh, I have a question for you. So how much more time will it take us to get, I guess, whatever's left over out of the information?
So here's the thing. We're all playing from we're playing from a position where none of us is an expert on that type of information. So what I'm giving you is what I would imagine that Helios has, because they haven't been in operation for more than a year.
I got you. So I got you. Do you understand,
so
Mr. Knight?
it's a build. They're building their database that you don't really have a ton that they've been working on, secret projects and stuff like that. They don't have those things on their main server, and especially when it comes to Noctem.
Exactly.
So this is what I'm saying. So I'm playing by what the last group was doing.
No, it's fine.
So Noctem's side projects are not on their main servers.
Okay, so Mystic Knight, you got that?
You have.
That's fine.
Let's see.
Like, you will not find anything about Noctem's systems that he uses sitting there on the Helios system. Like, hey, come look at this.
Yeah, that wouldn't be there. It's what they're operating on, as far as what do you call it? Personnel files, and specifically what they were looking for as far as their examining the black goo.
But it should be of interest that you were able to hack into the network when the main building is down.
Correct. So again, there's some time dilations. So there's going to be. We're playing around with the time dilations. I'm not really saying it's not going to be linear from this group to the other group. I'm trying to catch them up so that we can play them off of each other, and try to maybe see if we can do some cross gaming, which will be interesting. But for now, this is what they were able. That's all they were able to come up with. Now,
okay, that's fine.
Let's see. So I'm going to start with Audible and Toreador. Toreador, you did receive your package. You had some instructions on handling, and it is extraordinarily viable. So you need to get some specialized equipment in order to be able to handle it.
You're reverbing.
Am I?
Yeah.
Does everybody hear the reverb?
Yeah.
You were, but not now.
It was a second ago, yeah.
It was brief.
Maybe it was somebody's external speakers.
Not mine.
Hold on a second. Let me make sure.
All right, Lou. So what I'm gonna do once I get the package and the instructions, I'm going to make a priority to get the masks. One a set, two for me and two for Audible.
Mm-hmm.
Say that one more time.
I'm gonna get us masks,
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
gonna tell you why. So in the event that your buddy comes after us, I need you to do one thing and only one thing. I need you to hit him with enough bass in his chest to make him inhale.
First, how low do I go? That was a reference. Okay.
Ba-doomed.
That's fine.
Now, your buddy, does he?
You talk about Chilito?
Yeah, Chulito.
Mhm.
Because when I say buddy, I say it real sarcastic. So, you and Chulito, you said you hang out a lot. Did he always partake?
What do you mean, smoke?
Smoke, cocaine,
What
heroin?
what do I know, Lou, about Chilito's habits?
He's a bit of a drinker, but you never really know. He wasn't one to party. He was very serious, very stern, his level of discipline did not translate into his brothers, and it's because he's firstborn, and he was a chief enforcer for the mother.
Okay, that makes sense. The usual sibling hierarchy.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Oldest gets it first. Everybody else gets it less.
Right.
So he never. So you're.
Nah, he would have beers, you know. He never really let himself get to the point where he was drunk, but he would be okay. I think in a weird way it kind of calmed him down.
So
it was more like he stayed mellow.
He was able to get tipsy though, right?
As far as you can tell, he wasn't. Like he would drink to drink.
Yeah.
So think of the way that Captain America would drink alcohol.
Yes.
Could drink it.
It would burn through his system. Like the way his powers work, the way his special abilities work, it burns through his system. So yeah, he could drink and it'll never get to the point where he'll be like, you wouldn't even think he had alcohol in his breath.
Ah, fuck. All right.
Why? What's your plan?
Well, I have this. I got this drug. 50 milligrams is enough to kill a full-grown elephant. So I got 400. So I got 400 milligrams. My plan was that if he ever comes at us,
well, you can use that.
You make him inhale, and I throw it in his face.
I mean, nigga does still need to breathe.
He needs to breathe, but I don't
know
if he has a high tolerance, this stuff may not kill him, or may not affect him long enough.
Right, or fast enough.
I mean, as long as it affects him, I give two fucks. Right. Once he's down, he's down. Because in the very end, the way I see it is that it doesn't matter how strong, or how alien, or how superpowered you are. At the very, very end, you need your nerves, and I know how to cut nerves.
Okay. I mean, inner ear is still an inner ear.
Yeah. So you got to keep those little things in mind.
I can still find a way to I can still, disorient him, but I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna send him.
Oh no.
Specifically,
he's this guy's bitch right now. So we need to worry about him.
Right.
And after the last encounter with him, the way he disregarded you, yeah, he's a problem. Because whatever love you have for him, he ain't got for you. I can tell you that.
Look, the homie, I get it. The homie's just mad, and I actually don't blame him. Honestly, you know, me and that dude been through hell and high water, but
it looks like it don't mean nothing.
And I will say he's never necessarily been the brightest or most level-headed dude. When he'll let his anger get to him. I mean, I'm surprised that Crosshair even held out as long as she did. You know, otherwise, I personally thought she was gonna be paced before we got there. You know, probably would have been easier. We wouldn't be in this fucking new problem.
Well, I ain't got no new problem. I do need to know. I would like to know how she came back. Because that opens up a whole new set of possibilities for me.
Yo,
a day they keep coming back.
I don't read a lot of files about a lot of people, but
it sounds like a lot of fun.
Right. I don't read a lot of files about a lot of people, but being in the game long enough, you hear about who people are, what they can do. I don't know. I've never heard anything about her dying and coming back, unless this is a secret superpower she has that she didn't let people know about. You know, maybe she's toying with us. I have no idea. She looked me dead in my face and looked at me like she didn't really know me like that. And like looked at me like she didn't know what the fuck happened to her. I don't know. It's all fishy to me. Look, end of the day, I was there, you were there. We know we did we know we did the job.
I mean, I literally pulled out a handful of her teeth out of my pocket, bro. I know. Have the proof.
I know.
And I don't get it. But but if she has, I need to know. I'm gonna have to make a special box for that.
When I saw her come out of the elevator, I freaked out. Like, what the fuck? Part of me was like, she came back to life. Did her titties get bigger?
Jesus Christ.
Either which way. Questions. Either which way. I think the two of us are definitely going to prepare for people to come after us for the fuck shit. I hope that did everything go good with Red Jack though?
Yeah, I mean whatever I told him he believed, so I'm assuming both of them the same thing.
Right. Look, I fucks with the boss, and I respect him highly, and I would never do anything to be turncoat on him. He's looked out. No, even though my situation is unique, oddly enough, that unique situation provided me an opportunity that I would have never had, before. So, in a way, I gotta thank him. I gotta thank him for what he did.
All right. So now it's just, I guess, waiting to see what your boss wants me to do.
Yeah. So.
You have any assignments already or something?
Not yet. I'm waiting. I just wait to hear if he tells me he needs me to do something. And usually he sends Blitz to come talk to me about whatever we need to do. So, Lou, what is the situation and layout of the what is the name of the organization I'm in? The Crimson what?
Crimson Accord.
Crimson Accord. What's their layout as far as like the headquarters? Is it like a kitchen? Is there anything around here? Like what's here? Can you describe?
You tell me. I gave you the name. I want you to build it.
I remember hearing something about us going to some high level.
So what I would like for you guys to do is to help me to fill in the blanks.
Okay.
If it's an organization you chose, help me to fill it out. I'm willing to at least give you the opportunity to fill in these blanks. It's not unless it's like, yeah, we have we have Mustangs that can fly into space. No, but
no. I was gonna say,
you know what I mean?
No, nothing crazy. I'm not gonna go
plug in Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, exactly.
No. There would be Teslas that fly into space. Come on,
family.
Actually, it was a
and they can go all the way to Mars and help us colonize it. So I don't know what you're talking about. No, but no. I was gonna say we have like Red Jack has like one of the best culinary arts at his disposal.
That's totally fine, and you remember you had.
Like, I would just be like, I'll take him to like. I'll just call it kitchen for right now.
Right.
Take him to our kitchen and like talk to. I'll come up with the name of the guy later. Maybe it's like Francois or Pierre or whatever.
Did you take the notes, or do you remember? Because that particular person is of import. The stylist. I'm making air quotes. And the only reason why I'm not on camera is because I'm all my shit's in my car, and I don't want to set it up. I was running late.
That's fine. That's fine. And no, I did not take notes on that. I guess I'll take notes. Can I ask you later on DM?
Yeah. No, that's fine. I'll
notes of the marijuana smoke.
He's I gave you the name, and you once you heard his name, you knew that the shit was serious, that he was taking you more serious than he had in prior iteration, any other iterations or interactions prior to.
We're getting suits done or something, right?
Correct.
The offers us clothing, yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Yes. So in addition to him, you have access to whatever the organization is giving you access to. And
right. Well, I'm just saying
this is predominantly on the heels of you fucking with Sal. Because him and Sal do not like each other. Well, let me just state that RJ does not like Sal. You don't know what Sal's relationship is with RJ.
Right.
Lou, I sent you a message in Roll20.
Okay.
But what is it? Like I said, I'm just gonna take it to our kitchen where whoever it is cooking. Mm-hmm. And like we have the best cuisine, whatever you want. If you're hungry, if you ask him to make like your favorite dish from your country, he knows how to make all that shit.
Yeah.
Basically, that's the kind of dude we got at our disposal. Like
because your organization is predominantly entertainment. That's the front. Because that's the front. They have access to high-level, chefs like Gordon. Every so often, Gordon Ramsay comes in and cooks for RJ. Yes. Every so often, I was going to say Guy Fieri, but fuck that guy. I'm kidding. I don't have any particular beef with Guy Fieri. I just hate his hair.
Okay.
Restaurant is overrated.
Because yours is not as good as that. I get it. It's fine.
Shut up.
Fine.
All right.
Restaurant is overrated.
Short and baldy. I swear to God. Anyway. Now, okay. So walk me through, because I want to maximize as much time for everybody in this game because we have a small window. I mean, I don't particularly have an end time, but I know some of you guys do. So I want to. I want
to. My pumpkin time.
I want to respect that. So
listen. Wait. Hold on.
Oh, here we go.
Hold on.
Your intervention is not necessary.
12 o'clock is not your stop time. Okay, so let's get that straight.
All right.
You
You can shut up or I will mute you. All right. Thank you very much. Now, okay. So what else are you guys doing?
Well, this guy is supposed to fit us or something like that. So
essentially, the fit is going to be new outfits as far as like armor. So you're gonna get like an armor value of a 2. So
wow!
It's just a reduction of the damage that you will take. It's not an armor rating like in the Palladium.
No, I get it.
No, that's just me saying that in general, just because this is a major difference in equipment values than Palladium does. So that's going to be part of it, and then you can redesign you specifically don't have an alter costume, Toreador.
No.
So you're going to get the option of doing that in order to hide your identity, because it is kind of a thing with RJ that none of his people get ID'd.
Right. Okay.
And then it would be the same for Audible if he chooses.
No. Well, the idea is I was in cities for the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't dressed up for that like that. I was basically in cities for the meeting because I was there on behalf of RJ.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know the type of shit that was going to pop off.
Yeah, nobody did. Everybody thought it was just a meeting to talk about the asshole, but then the asshole decided to make it.
So I wasn't planned. My plan was not to wear any of my gear.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, these past few days, it just happened to be that like that's what I'm in while we're dealing with.
All right.
So I might ask for like a minor redesign, and maybe but I might ask him to create something for me that I can slip into quickly whenever something does pop off. So this way, if cameras are on me again, they don't tie it to anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So this half mask that I have in my picture, we're gonna make the lower half of it. You don't see my nose or my mouth. You just see my eyes.
Okay.
So that'll just be the one change, because I stole that picture from something. So.
Okay.
So, most of what my stuff is easy.
Most of that is going to be prep work.
Yeah, most of my stuff is easy.
All right, so we'll come back around if you have anything else. Just send me a DM, and then we can I'll integrate that.
Okay.
That's you.
Oh, thanks. Sorry, I thought I muted.
you did not.
Oh, that was epic. We're all praising you.
Okay, so I'm going to come to excuse me. I'm going to come to Access and Mystic Knight. All right, so before I do that, give me a second. I'll send you something else. Oh, there it is.
It's Dwight. I haven't heard him make fun of Adolfo yet.
You must be sleeping.
Oh, you missed the whole thing earlier.
Oh yeah, you did.
He probably fell asleep.
And then he caught a couple of good ones himself. That was the chancellor came at him. He's hiding again.
You could say that all you want, brother. There ain't nobody controlling me. I do what the fuck I want.
No one controls me. Hey, stop hitting me.
Whatever you gotta say to yourself to give you confidence.
I don't have to say nothing to myself. I'm just telling you, because you keep on saying that like that really happens, but I believe that happens in your house.
Damn.
All right, so I sent you some subsequent information, and then you can deal with it what you will. So for you and Access, even though I know Access is never going to read it because he's a fucking...
No, I am, but...
He's a lazy bitch. All right.
Back in Discord?
Yes. So what I need for you guys to do, you and Ethera, make a 20-sided roll, and I will determine who is successful.
Interesting. Okay, give me a moment.
Who needs to make the roll? Me and Sarah?
Yes.
It's a 20-sided, right?
Correct. All right. So with this, I'm going to Ethera, you're the information that you have, and you forward it on to what do you call it? To Vanessa, is not going to be as complete as I initially said in the last game, and the reason why, because his artifact does have it does have defenses, and I didn't give him a chance to roll. I just said that that Rita had penetrated it, and I should have made it a contested roll.
Understood.
Okay, so it's a bit of a retcon. You did get information. You did forward it to Vanessa. A lot of that information went over your head anyway, but it did have Helios timestamps, and there was some information from Mystic Knight that was there. I will do a write-up so that you both can understand the information that was received and passed on. All right? If that's fair to both of you, I will do it that way, and then we can make it happen. Because it is a sort of a plot device. It's I'm utilizing this as a partial MacGuffin, but it was not completely fair to not give a roll.
No, I got no problem with that.
Okay.
I mean, I thank you, but we had discussed it. I didn't mind you doing it as a plot device.
It's
because I knew exactly that's what it was.
It's irrespective of our conversation. I wanted to make sure that it was fair. So
okay,
let's just move on from there. Now, you saw the subsequent information that I provided you, the info that you had of that 63%. That information in the first iteration from that I sent you in Discord, that was the cream that rose to the top. That was the information that essentially most of the other information is ops, reviews, stuff like that. So it's mundane info from the dump. That information is what rose to the top, and then the subsequent information that I sent you as well. So
okay. But you do realize that
no, I don't.
There's
fucking tell me.
No, I mean, okay. So there's 4 points that you put in the other log as far as like mundane info. Are those? You see, without revealing what you gave me, is that considered mundane, or the piece that we may have gotten information of, but we don't have the details of?
Yeah,
again... You know what's the best way to ask these questions, Adolfo? In your private channel.
Yeah, so...
in Discord.
Essentially, it's as it's written. So some of these are marked for deletion. Some of the stuff you have only oblique references to. So you'll have... It would be the same as any hacker. They don't necessarily know what they're looking at first. Most of it is just names, dates, files, codes, and then you have to take the time to decipher them. A lot of this stuff is going to be names and dates, code words that you have no reference, no basis of reference. So you don't know where exactly they go to. You just have the names.
Okay. To lead to more investigation and research.
You would need to do more subsequent hacks, which you already know, based on what I gave you, could prove a lot more tricky moving forward.
Well, that's where the next step comes in with Danny, and he can concur with. Now that we got the basically, you told us we've already gleaned what we can of the dump. The major points and stuff like that, and other pieces that we need references of, so we need to make more hacks. So given that information, I tell Access, well, we're looking at it simultaneously. So I look at Access and I tell him, we're going to need to get control of that Hydra that we copied, and see if we can use it for our benefit. So first things first, if we get control of it, I'm going to help you out with that situation with Sal, and then we could use that as a test run. That if it works, then we can use the same Hydra against Helios, so we can extract the rest of the information.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. But I'm gonna tell him, hold on, I need to contact somebody. Where are we exactly? Are we in your place, or are we still driving?
We're still driving towards my lab. It's my home. It's my actual place, my actual sanctum, but it's my lab.
Okay, so Lou, what I'm gonna do is, how long it's gonna take us to get to
We should be getting there pretty soon, shouldn't we? Because we've been on the road for a minute.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna tell him.
We should be arriving soon. I tell him.
I'm gonna tell him pull over for a minute because I need to make a phone call, and then So when he pulls over, I'm gonna call Cassandra Rain. She is the liaison for the company. So she's what's that called? The face of the company?
You just said it.
Spokesperson?
Yeah, she's so pretty
You're
much
talking about like PR.
Yeah, so you know how Biden and Trump, they have the press secretary. That's pretty much what
public
she is.
relations. Yeah.
Yes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call her.
Okay.
And I want to say, so the phone rings. Does she pick up?
Well, it's midnight, so no. It goes to a voicemail.
So I'm gonna text her a message. Call me back as soon as you get the chance. I have something that the boss and you could be interested in it. And the boss is Victor Kovacs, so she knows who I'm talking about. And I'm gonna tell her access.
Okay, so describe for me your relationship to her, because you don't seem like you're high up in the agency.
No, so right now I'm working my way up. She's the person that I get along with the most. So she's the one that I usually cipher the information to. And then with her, basically I'm teaming up with her, so then me and her could start going up together in the organization together.
All right, describe her for me.
She is African American. She has her hair is like mine's, short. She's voluptuous and she's very pretty. She has she's always in suits. You know, like those suits that Hillary Clinton wears?
Pantsuits.
Yeah, she's always in pantsuits, no matter where she's at. She's always in pantsuits. She has an assistant, and at the same time, she's tech savvy, so she got phones all over her, and pretty much, and she's always either jotting something down.
How old is
she?
And
I would say 26.
Okay.
And she's one of the few people that actually talk to Victor Kovacs. Okay. Nobody has seen who Victor is, but she's one of the few people that actually communicate with Victor.
Okay. Okay.
And I would say she is Nigerian.
Okay.
That's cute.
And she's pretty high up in the company because, she has a direct line to the boss.
Okay. All right. Okay. Where am I? So you get a text back. Who this? No. New phone. Who this?
He's so stupid.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Says, is this extremely urgent? I'm in the middle of something.
Well, I mean, if you have the time, I think it's urgent. I mean, if you could give me 2 minutes of your time.
All right. After a couple of maybe about 15 seconds, you get the call.
Okay, so I'm gonna be like, you're secure, right?
She's up. Yeah, hold on. And you hear a couple of clicks. He's like, all right, go ahead.
So I'm gonna say, I got this. Don't ask where. I think this is gonna benefit the company, and I'm gonna send the drone, the schematics of the drone.
Okay. So she's like, where'd you get this?
I told you, don't ask no questions. So I got it.
It's like, I'm sorry, but that's kind of my fucking job.
Well, I mean, you know how I get my stuff, just hacking away.
It's like, is this from a comp? Can this lead back to us?
Nope.
No. This is coming. This is this is the exact specs what we need to build it. So I'm more than positive Victor's going to be very happy with this.
Okay.
Now, obviously, we need to change it up a little bit. You can't, come out with the same exact duplicate. But I'm quite sure we have people in the company who can handle that.
All right. Give me 1 second here. So
as he's talking to her on the phone, I tap him on the.
No, Adolfo, you're not around. I got out of the car.
Oh, you got out of the car? Okay, sorry.
all right. So okay. I'll pass this along. Where are you?
I'm down in Manhattan right now, hanging out with one of my friends.
Did you finish that last job? So I'm getting.
That's
I have a message from Sal DeLuca. Not very happy.
Well, what wound up happening is Sal's bodyguard came in and smashed the computer. So I give her the whole, so I don't have to go through everything again. I just give her the whole, basically from front to end, exactly what happened with this guy falling down in the building, crashing it, him jumping out, and the rest of it. So I told her the computer was trashed. He literally fell on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm lucky I even walked out of there alive.
What was her name again?
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
All right.
Agent Sexy.
Agent Sexy. You're a fucking idiot. Titties.
The way he
described her, yeah.
Andrea Rain. Do you want me to spell it?
Hold on.
And her role is PR propaganda specialist.
So she works for the White House?
No, she works for.
No, you don't get it. Never mind.
Yeah. I got you.
We have the best of everything.
The best.
Oh boy, another Trump.
So I'm gonna ask her because she's. Have you seen anything like this? Because I've never seen anything like this.
She said, "Well, that is not my job, so I will pass this along, and it's like, you fucking guys, you guys all seem to think that you can just dump this shit on me and I'm supposed to do something with it. I am public relations. Public relations. This is not what I do."
Cassandra, come on. You know what I mean? You are tight. You know how we roll?
Public relations. Cassandra, what?
This is a related public topic.
Cassandra, what?
Rain.
R-A-I-N?
R-E-I-G-N.
Okay. So,
I'm like, listen, Cassandra. You know, last time we hung out, we got a little bit tipsy, and you were like, D, access, if you need anything, let me know. Me and you are tight, so we tight.
And then we played that game just a little bit to see how it feels.
No, that's bullshit, Steve. You're just stupid.
What did Steve say?
Come on, man. Every one of those calls for massive quitting with one board meeting, with one staff meeting. I mean, shit, I wasn't even employed and I almost quit. I was like, oh well, time to start robbing the bank and going home.
Oh,
You're dumb.
it's official. It definitely is official.
So Danny, are they done for comfort or done for speed? That's a cool picture.
There's chimed in with the size.
Okay, so I'll pass this along. I need for you.
Can you do me a favor, please?
Just.
I said, listen, you're the only person that I really trust in this whole entire joint, except for the boss. So I want me and you to go up together so we could,
Like I don't need the help. Thank you. So let's just keep this business, if you don't mind. And I really, really want you guys to stop calling me about this shit. Okay, I'll pass this along. Is there anything else? Because I have other life.
No, there's something else. There's something else I'm working on, but I'll get back to you that later. And I'll tell Cassandra, thank you. I really appreciate it.
And she hangs up.
Oh, she's dry, Pops. She's dry. So I'll get back in the car with Mr. Knight.
She FaceTimes you so that she can show you her tapping the button to hang up on you.
She's like this, Mike, look.
Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay. We should be done in about 5 minutes. So yeah, we need from what we're seeing, we may have a limited time to salvage the rest of the information. And I'm interested in those projects that they're dealing with. But we're going to have to hack deeper into their system, do a deep dive. But we're not going to be able to do that unless we figure out this Hydra. So we need to work on that.
Okay, so let's get on it. Let's go. So first, let's go to your place first, and then we'll get on it.
Okay. Then we'll work on the Hydra, and then once we feel it's secured enough, we can give it a test run to fuck over Sal. Which I don't particularly like that thug anyway.
Ooh, it's gonna be epic.
I don't know about you, Axis, but haven't you noticed that it's the dim-witted and really just narrow-minded that always get that seat of power? Or so they think they have that seat of power?
Yeah, but we got to watch it with him. We can't underestimate him.
I'm not talking about underestimating him or anything like that, but he doesn't particularly appear too savvy.
Then we also got to watch the dog that he has with him too.
Well, what's his name again?
Chilito. I don't know why there's a problem
you
with
mean
his
the
name.
Berserker?
Pork chop?
Yes, the Berserker.
You mean the Berserker? He's working for that?
Yeah, he's Sal's bodyguard now.
Oh, fuck no. No. We got to take care of Sal now.
Now you understand what I'm trying to say.
Him having the Berserker on his side, all I've heard is stories about that asshole.
Listen, I seen the guy jump off of a 40-story building, and the guy's still alive.
Wait, what?
He jumped off a 40-story building, and the guy's still alive. And he had rebars coming in and out of his body, and he's still alive.
Fuck, so the stories are true.
Yes, very true. I'm lucky I even walked out of there alive. Oof.
I wonder if his mind is just as strong as his body. I would like to get a crack at it.
Watch it with that dude, man.
Yeah.
It's very short.
If anybody knows me, as long as we've worked together, you know I'm very cautious.
It's very short.
I don't like to be in the limelight. So yeah, this is part of the reason why I'm helping you, because I want to stay obscure, because that's where our strength comes from. If we're anonymous, there's no target.
Do you think? Do you think that we could sell these blueprints for these drones to make money? Well, I don't even think we're gonna need money if everything comes out correct.
Bro, you and I, we could pretty much do the Unduel together. You know that already. As a matter of fact, what we could do is we could break down the blueprints, and once we get to that quantum thread, eventually, we might be able to use that to integrate it into the drone and upgrade it, and then just create the drones for ourselves. Why sell it? Imagine having that type of tech as your eyes in the sky, everywhere.
That sounds good. We could definitely work on that.
You know, so I mean, it's up to you. You know, me.
No, I'm down. You know me.
I mean, that's really your strength is the tech. You know me. My strength is people. You know, the more I can get under my auspice, the better off I am. Of which right now I'm working on a couple. Right, I already got one, but he may have seemed to have broken free. I'm not sure yet, and I still got to investigate that. And then I've got to work on the other one, which is not a threat, which is a therapy, because I don't know how much she stole from my data board. And fuck that damn phone.
You don't know it's a phone?
Oh, I don't know it's a phone. I mean, well, the device. I would say the device.
Whatever program, not device, whatever program he was using.
Okay, fair enough. So I'll be like, I don't know what type of programming that is, bro. But to have that type of thread in it, yeah, she's working with something next level. All right, and I've never known her from what is out there to have that type of capability. Yeah, she's sneaky, she's stealthy, she's resourceful, but I've never heard of anything like this level, this next level kind of tech. You know, and if she kept that to her chest, kudos. But now you understand my need to kind of nip that in the butt, because I don't need my information or anything about me out there like that. Not even my own bosses know all of me. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so let's do this. Let's see what we can do with this Hydra.
All right. So as we get into the lab, we start setting up so that way we can put it in a virtual box, so we can start working with the Hydra and see if we can program it to what we need it to do, keeping its tech level. So once we figure we may have control of it under our programming, then we're gonna let it loose on Sal.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let Danny tell you how that's gonna happen. Because I'm pretty sure he's gonna enjoy describing it to a T.
Let's do one step at a time.
I just put another picture of Cassandra Rain on Roll20. I think this one's a little bit better.
Good. You're gonna put it on Discord?
Yeah, I will put it in Discord.
Oh, that's cool.
She got nice hips.
Yeah, that's actually perfect. Yep, that's perfect. We'll leave it just like that.
And yeah, judging
so
from
Lou,
that's easily a D cup.
Yep.
Maybe double D.
So Lou, we're gonna go to his house, right? And then we're gonna start setting up.
Okay. Okay, and all right. So then, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move on to. I will move on to the architect, and you'll excuse me for one moment.
Yeah, me too. I'll be back.
I wasn't going to AFK. I just need to switch something out here. So I'm gonna move this.
sent you a message in Discord.
Yeah, I'm looking at them now. 'Cause you aren't the only one.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. So, Architect, you had left the gallery. You did the crazy Ivan. You were very paranoid on your way home. Or where were you? I don't remember if you were going home or not. But you had definitely left the gallery. You were
Right.
you were suspicious
Our
of
last-
everyone and anyone that was around you, walking past you, anyone that gave you a sideways look. That guy that was across the street that was smoking. You were just like, wait, why is he smoking?
No, you said he disappeared.
Yeah, I know. I did say he disappeared. So, what, if anything, were you doing in that in the subsequent moments from the last game till now? Which, by the way, we're talking 10 minutes, 20 minutes from the time you left the gallery.
I'm gonna go inside the pawn shop.
You gotta go back to your pawn shop?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Open it up. I'm assuming you close it behind you. You're not actually
Definitely.
opening.
No,
Okay.
I'm locking it down.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what I want to do is go in the back, set up the painting,
Mm-hmm.
and then I want to put the piece of paper down.
Okay.
And you said I couldn't read it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, Lou, what I'm gonna do is roll the piece of paper up, put it in a box, close it up,
Mm-hmm.
stash it, and I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna talk to my defensive part.
Okay.
And my defensive part, which is the one that basically pissed himself.
Am I doing it or are you doing it?
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
We are going to have to. We're going to need your help this time. Even though I know you do not want to, but you're going to have to try to remember to see if you have ever seen that type of language before. So basically, Lewis, what I'm going to do is I'm going to waste IQ points to do like a memory reboot to see if he can maybe, if he has ever seen any type of language like that.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
you know what
I'm jumping ahead. Walk me
Go
through walk me through your thought process.
So basically, remember, our minds are very scrambled.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna focus mana between myself and my offense into my defense to see if somehow he could maybe to produce like a flashback where he can because anything, even if he recognizes what language it is, it's better than knowing nothing. That's the way. And he is the true scholar. So when it came to understanding magic in most senses and literature, history, he would know more than myself and my offense. My offense knows magic, but it's not the magic that's normal. So that's what I'm saying. I'm going to waste 4 IQ points to be able to
What ability are you specifically using, or are you just?
No, it's not an ability.
You're just improving this part.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
Like, are you trying to do some sort of recall?
yes.
Okay.
Basically, that's what exactly it is.
So, for the time being, do you have enough XP to create this spell? Because it would be an incantation. It would be 3.
I don't even
it,
got
it
spells.
Would.
Doesn't usually a magic character start off with a couple of spells?
Not always, and it depends on your build.
No, if you're gonna ask how much XP I got, I mean, I only got 2, so that's what
Okay.
all I have left. Unless you're gonna say that.
That's
to
what you
be
have
2.
left from what you spent?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
You gave me 6. I
Yep.
used 4 to raise my attributes,
Mhm.
which I raised my
Put points in your
intellect
in
to
your
25 from 22,
Okay.
and my might from 9 to 10.
Okay. So this is going to be extraordinarily difficult, and it's not going to cost you an XP, but you can use your effort, and the difficulty is going to be a 7. So your roll is effectively a 21. So you're definitely going to need to expend pool points in order to lower that.
Okay. So
So you can
how many
only-
pool
you
points
can
can
lower
I
it by
use
the
to
number-
bring it down?
You can lower it by the number of effort.
I only got 1.
All right, so you can lower it by 1 point, which would make it a 6, which would make it an 18. Do you have an edge in your intellect?
Yes, I do. I have
Okay,
an edge
so
of a
then
1.
you're only spending 2 points from your pool.
Okay.
All right, so then it's an 18 or better. Do you have anything else that you may have that could help you, like an intellect power shift, or any intellect-based abilities?
No, it just says that I'm knowledgeable, granted from MAD, and I'm an innovator, which also is that. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm gonna try this, see what happens, but I do have another way I'm thinking that I can quit.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. Let me roll dice. No, not with that roll.
Okay. Unfortunately, that persona is coming up with a blank.
Okay, and I got a headache.
Mm.
So my offense side, I'm gonna have to really remember their names. So take a deep breath, close my eyes, and out of him, basically what he's gonna do is he's gonna cut his hand, squeeze blood, draw what will be in the Egyptian way of his undead symbols, and I'm gonna call on that spirit. But before I call, I'm gonna put a circle around me, and the circle, as for him, would be, which is weird, it would be like somewhat of what you would consider like a defense from when dealing with wraiths or mad spirits and stuff like that. Something to protect him so he doesn't really protects him from being attacked and stuff. And since I talk with the dead, that is one of my abilities.
So wait a minute, the spirit that seemed to have disintegrated the last time?
I'm gonna call on it.
Okay.
Speaker for the dead.
All right.
I'm gonna
you call on it.
Cost 2.
Nothing comes.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
So, okay. I'm gonna grab that sheet of paper and use it as a focal point and see if I could call on it again.
Okay.
And instead of 2, I'm going to pump in 4 mana points.
You say mana points, but there's no such thing. So what do you mean?
Intellect
from your
points.
intellect pool? Okay. You've used 6 so far, or 8?
Dude, you're gonna have to hold up, bro. I gotta stop right now because of stupidity. Hold on.
Oh no. That means somebody's getting murdered.
Pretty much.
I'll be right back.
May I suggest heavy construction garbage bags, some duct tape?
If you need a lesson, just look at the first few episodes of Dexter.
Dexter's overrated. Anyway.
First 2 seasons were dope. Then it got a little wackadoo. Surprise, motherfucker.
Sorry, dude.
Speaking of wackadoo, did you hear about the Mexican naval vessel that ran into the Brooklyn Bridge?
Yes, I saw that. They have a video of it. That's hilarious.
2 people are dead. Like, somebody tried to eyeball going under the bridge. We can make it. No, you can't.
No, they said it was mechanical failure.
Right.
Yeah,
they're old naval vessel.
Right. Why did you do it, Adolfo? Why? Why, Adolfo? Why?
It looked good.
Fun. I figured, hey, why not?
All right.
Yeah, you figured y'all couldn't get 9/11, so you did the Brooklyn Bridge, really?
Yep.
Anyway, so let's
don't have a plane, we have a boat.
Let's come back to the emerging here. So you're going to take the page and you're going to funnel your magic into it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna say the cryptic words and focus my mind, which is always gonna. I'm gonna have to roll because at the same time, I'm gonna have to roll because basically and this is something that is just so for you to remember, Lou. That everything that I do is a disadvantage. It's a sad situation, but everything that I do is kind of a disadvantage in the sense that to have one mind truly tired of focus, there's the other 2, and this is due to my curse. The other 2 kind of jumble it up. So that's why it costs 2, but I'm putting 4 intellect points, which I consider my intellect points, my mana points, to be able to
open your mind.
Try to get this going.
All right. You go into your meditative trance. Your paranoid side is begging you not to. That this is dangerous. You don't know anything about it. You don't know what it could do. The energies. So essentially, there is a war of words happening inside your head.
Eyes roll back, and you know,
and there's an assertion for dominance right now. Part of what's happening that silences all of the voices is fragmented visions, and you're looking through the eyes of someone. There's no reflection for you to be able to see who it is whose eyes you're looking through, but you know they're not your own. It's as if you have a mask on and you're looking through this person's eyes. A vast cavernous space, huge marble-like steps, and these stone obelisks that have metal chains that are attached to them. These are the ones that you can see in front of you, directly ahead of you. the scale of these things dwarfs anything you've ever seen in real life. It's as if these obelisks are the size of 2 Empire State Buildings from the scale, from where you're standing and you're looking up. If you've ever, you're from New York, you've stood across the street from the Empire State Building and looked straight up, that's how large these things are. And the chains that are coming from these things that are attached to these are even larger. You follow the links to this vast ring of a stone that you've never seen, a type of stone work.
Louis,
Yes.
in this vision,
Mm-hmm.
and probably it's going to be another one of these insane rolls. Do I see any markings on the stones, on the pillars, the chains, the steps, anything?
If you let me finish my description, I will tell you.
Okay. No. All right.
So, when these things move, a pulse of light and energy pulses through the stonework, through the chains, almost as if it seems like a heartbeat pulse, and they move up and down the chains. You follow the chains because that's where your eyes are going, to this ring of stone, and the chains go into the ring, into what looks like a portal. At the other side of the portal, you see nothing but emptiness, an empty space. And by empty space, I mean nothingness, just black nothingness. Every so often, when the pulse of energy goes into the nothing, there's a brief flicker of what looks like space, like stars, galaxies, and you feel this malevolent presence. When you gather your mind, this thing that you're inhabiting, you're trying to look up at what it is. You're trying to look up and see your environment, but that whatever is driving this is looking downwards, and a hand raises to your eyes and pulls off this mask. You know it's a mask because when you pull it off, you can see it's the inside of a mask. The inside of the mask has markings and etchings in it, and it's too fast for you to see any you know what I mean? Like you can see the etchings, but you can't necessarily focus on anything to be able to decipher it.
In that Louis?
In that
one
moment,
markings?
because you're so overwhelmed by this vision.
Okay.
And then it looks up again at this thing, and then just before a voice, just before something comes out of your throat, you can hear the screaming of your altars, just screaming at you to come back, wake up, come back. And
so
the thing that's driving you, the body that you're inhabiting, you can feel its confusion, and then it turns to see a doorway. It's an opaque doorway with you on the other side of it. It's just sitting and meditating with your altars floating around you, just screaming at you. And
I'm going to cancel.
Okay. So when you do, you wake up and you can see the painting. There's a vibration coming off of it, like it waves, is like, and just goes back to normal. And you're covered in sweat, and about 2 hours has gone by.
Okay. So what I'm going to do right there is roll up the piece of paper.
That piece of paper is not rolled up, and it's open and on your lap, and in it you can clearly see an incantation. But the incantation is new. Remember when I was the last? I can distinctly remember telling you that there's writing upon writing upon writing on these pages. So the incantation is new and it's written in blood. And when you look at your hand,
it's my blood.
It's your blood.
Do I recognize the incantation?
But the incantation is written in. It's written in what languages would you know? You would know Arabic.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It's
and the ancient Arabic also.
It's written in Arabic. But you didn't write it because it's not your handwriting. But you can see your finger. Your finger that wrote it is dipped in your. It's dipped in your blood from your palm. But it's not your handwriting.
But I don't recognize the incantation.
No, you don't recognize it. It is an incantation.
All right, roll it up. And then I'm going to put it in the...
I need you to make an intellect roll. The difficulty is going to be a 6. Because as you tell your body to roll it up, there's something welling up in your throat. As if you're about to speak.
All right. Oh, I got an effort of a 1. Edge. Here we go. Fuck.
Okay.
These rolls suck ass.
Can't blame me this time. So, as you're just like...
Lewis, so I'm being forced to say it, right?
You're being forced to say it.
I'm gonna punch myself in the throat.
You can't move. That was part of the role. You're speaking the incantation, and in doing so, it's done. Before the thought of punching it or doing anything, if you'd have made the roll, you would have had the opportunity to do something different, to resist it. But since you didn't, you speak the words, and again that painting hums, and the oil and all the paint, it starts to quiver, and it all moves to the fringes. To the inner part of the frame, and there's just that blackness. From that blackness, something comes through. That something is a person. It's humanoid. He has the mask. It's in purple. He has a cloak, and as he comes through, you can hear him breathe as if he was breathing for the first time.
Am I able to move now?
You're in that moment, yes. You finally gain control of your faculties. And he slowly stands. You can tell it's a man because of his body type. His frame is male. And he looks at you and he's, "What is the date? What is the day? Tell me."
In Arabic, I'm going to ask him who he is. Who are you?
I know you. You are. And
Does he say my true name?
He doesn't say your true name, but he doesn't say a name. His head cocks to the side as if he's trying to remember. I know you.
Does he talk in Arabic?
He's saying it in English. His voice seems a little modulated, and it's mostly because of the mask. And he's just like, "Apothecary. No. Antiquities. Yes. Yes."
So I tell him the date.
Impossible. And
impossible it is not. But it is the day.
No, you. There's much more to you. I can see it. I can see them. Fascinating.
Lou, I'm going to take a deep breath, do I smell death on him?
You do not. But you're starting to feel his presence. You're starting to feel is as he's regaining whatever he lost once he came back through that painting, you can feel him regaining it. Like he's just it's almost as if he's pulling energy from the ground itself, from the air itself. Not necessarily from you, because you have your own personal defenses, because it's not going to work that way. You were just under the influence of of that incantation,
like the natural mana that's just all around.
He's just pulling it into his body. It's so I'm going to use this word again, but it's so overwhelming that you're just like you've encountered beings of this type, of this caliber before, but they were master sorcerers. So you may be in the presence of a master sorcerer. And as he finally regains his full composure, he's apothecary, antiquities. Your name is. And he says one of your altars' name.
Which one?
The
offense, defense?
The offense.
Ah.
No.
So.
No, that is not you.
No, it is not.
You.
It is, but it isn't. And how can I be of service to you?
Service. Just then, you can feel again more of that power, and a tear in the fabric of the space between you and him appears, like a tear of white and intermingled with black energy, and just it appears in like a small crease of lightning. And then it splits more and more. He takes a reflexive step back, and so do you, because it starts pulling air from the room, and then finally it normalizes with the air, with the atmosphere in your room, and it opens, and then two more beings that look exactly like him come from that rift.
But they're different.
No, exactly. Same outfit, same mask, same cloak, all of it. And they walk towards him, and he almost recoils in a bit of fear, but then there's a dawning recognition. And he takes their hands as they yes.
Question.
Yep.
Would my character know about that other group of sorcerers and magicians that Adolfo and Diablo were part of?
It's not like you guys are in the yellow pages. So I will give you an opportunity to make a roll to determine whether or not you do recognize him. So let's make it a difficulty 4, intellect roll, straight roll only. And the only circumvention to this is if you spend an XP to guarantee the roll success.
I'll spend an XP.
Okay. So yes, you recognize him now, because he was always in 3s, and it is Vesper.
But so my character would kind of know about him, but don't know him personally. It's just like information that's been.
You know of him. You know of. You've heard of him. You may have even seen him in certain circles. He's always in 3.
Mm-hmm.
After a few seconds, they all turn to you. The first of the three walks in your direction, walks towards you, and reaches in his cloak. Your instinct is to get ready to defend yourself, but then he produces something, and it looks like a coin, like a gold and silver coin. And he offers it to you.
So I nod my head down and I take the coin.
This is for your trouble. We appreciate what you have done here. If you should ever need patronage, use the coin.
Thank you.
It's the page you carry, very dangerous. I advise you to destroy it. Or don't. Your choice. Always your choice. We will leave you now, the other one says. And the third one that came from the painting says nothing, but nods in acknowledgement as they head towards the rift.
The rift, the one with the white lightning, right?
Yes.
Okay. So do they all leave?
They do. And it closes down with a small crack of like a transformer blowing. It's like, and and they're gone. I'm
gonna walk towards the painting with the paper.
Mm-hmm. The painting is back to normal. The paper, it's still radiating that semi-necrotic energy, but it doesn't feel dangerous to you now for some reason.
All right. So I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna hold it. So you said necrotic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if I put necrotic energy into the paper and I'm gonna touch the painting?
Okay. So you do that, and I'm gonna move on to Crosshair.
Thank you, Louis.
It's a Crosshair.
I peed my pants.
You had gotten your information. You had gotten your orders. You were in your sommelier shop getting ready. And I'm hoping Crosshair is here, and I'm not talking to myself.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Walk me through anything else that you were doing prep-wise.
Oh, for me?
Hmm?
Prep-wise, you said I'm looking over my weapons and everything else like that, but you said they seem
No. I want you to tell me what you were doing, because last we left, you were prepping to go out, correct?
Yeah. I'm going in. I'm going into my armory and everything else like that, and all the weapons feel unfamiliar. I pick one up and I take it to the range.
Mm-hmm.
You know, does it feel off, anything like that? I'm wondering why it feels this way. And then
So here's how I'm gonna I'm gonna preface this by saying, once you take a couple of calibrating shots, your aim seems to be a lot more precise than before. You're
right.
a very crack shot, but now your aim is literally exactly where you want it to be. And the recoil from these weapons, even the heavy weapons, is not there anymore. So that's something that's a little new. But
you said the recoil is not there anymore?
It's not there. The weapons do recoil, don't get me wrong. You just don't feel it.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Everything feels like a 22 LR.
Sounds like it. But once I get myself calibrated, I have the sudden urge to kill somebody. But this feeling that I felt before, I go to a mirror and I say to myself, and I say, show me. Talking to me as far as like the new, what happened to me, if I can get like a whole rundown of what happened to me. What am I? Like normal collection, anything else like that?
I get what you're saying. I understand the intent, but the result is you're just saying show me to yourself in the mirror. Nothing's coming up. Nothing No memory is triggered. You're just...
No, I'm not looking for any memories.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure like a diagnostic.
Nothing comes up. That part, as I explained to you, it's when it happens, your mind doesn't distinguish the fact that it's foreign. It's just who you are now.
Oh, okay.
So, as a matter of fact, this is a perfect encapsulation. Have you seen the new iteration of RoboCop, where they say they're saying that in certain situations, he thinks that he's doing it on his own, but it's really the computer that's helping him to do it. So, but his mind can't distinguish between the two. It's the same for you. Not yet. You're not at the point where you're not even suspicious yet.
Okay. I'm going to use my disguise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to disguise myself as an Asian female, preferably Japanese and/or Korean.
Mm-hmm.
Look like a newcomer. I might have a couple of weapons on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go to the Korean bar and see if they have a job to do to get my feet wet. Another different persona.
Okay. All right.
So since it's Friday night, 3 a.m., they should be there. So I head to the Japanese bar.
Okay.
So do I have to roll my disguise?
Not now. No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not always going to require a roll, unless it's unless you're coming up against opposition. But in this particular case, not necessary. All right. Ithera, you had provided that information because Vanessa had received it, didn't necessarily respond immediately to it. When you guys spoke, said she was going to look into it. And there's some data that it may be of import for her, but she's still working on her project, and that project is yielding some strange results. And she's had to flash fire her lab 3 times in order to contain some of the testing. That's how she phrases it. She's interested in that safe house and is doing some recon on it, but she one of the things that she did notice is she has the distinct ability to detect air currents. She essentially has weather powers, to the extent where she's more apt for air, like air elemental powers. And there have been some changes in the weather patterns that she's not necessarily feeling good about. And a lot of it has to do with Helios Tower. And some of that information that you sent her is corroborating her suspicions. There's something going on in the tower. And once you gave her the safe house, she was able to detect the same pattern. The same type of weather pattern around that safe house. And she has her own satellite system. And for the most part, she uses it as a sort of, what's the, oh my God, the weather, the government, the government.
Doppler radar?
No. The government, is it NORA?
NORAD.
No,
not NORAD.
NATO.
No. The other
the
thing,
weather
like the
related.
NOAA.
Yeah.
NOAA.
That's it. Sort of in the same vein as NOAA, except hers is a little bit more up to date in terms of the tech level that she's using. But she was able to detect that. And she's rattling this stuff off to you, and some of it makes sense. A lot of it is just not that you're dumb, but she uses a lot of tech terms that you're just not familiar with.
Right.
And she's like, I don't know what's going on, but what I'm doing is seriously fucking crazy. And I'm running out of I'm running out of samples. Are you gonna? Would you be able to secure me some more?
Vanessa, I will try. I want to find the other safe houses and see what's going on there. I might even make a foray to the tower, but that's a dangerous place to be.
I don't know that that's a good idea, but maybe see if any of your friends could help you out in that. If we can pay them.
I am considering it. I'm looking into it right now.
So what about that? What about that guy from the CA, Crimson Accord? Is it that guy with the sound powers? What was his name?
That guy.
So I mean, he's didn't seem like the brightest bulb in the pack, but he's from what I'm gathering, these things do have an aversion to certain frequencies.
They do now.
Not all of them, though. It's like that's the thing. When they separate, one of the things she does tell you is that when she separates the samples, they take on different attributes. She doesn't understand how that's even possible. Some samples are resistant to cold, others are not. Some are resistant to light. Actually, well, all of them are resistant to the UV. In that's the one through line. As far as anything else, it changes. This thing is adaptable, it's mutable. But these samples are flawed. There's something wrong with them. Did you give her the Solomon Grundy, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So she said the powder, I haven't even begun to touch it because it seems to be a more pure form of it. What that goop is corrupted. It's what mutates. It's what changes the base cellular structure of whatever it touches. This powder is different. I'm hitting a wall right now, and there's something in this that I can't get past. Now, mind you, she's only had it for a couple of hours, so it's not like she's been able to break its DNA sequence, but that's what she's working through. So if I can break this, there's no end to what I can do to clean this environment. And she starts going through her eco-warrior stuff that I don't know that you're interested in or even care about. You do want to get in her pants, so you pretend and tell me if I'm wrong.
I'm listening. I'm raptly listening.
So, and she's
keep the lie alive, Mike. Keep the lie alive.
Her passion is very euphoric. When she gets into it, and it's just we can clean the oceans. We can feed the hungry. We can grow crops in deserts. If I can fucking break this, but I think they're linked. They seem to have the same structure. But this is just this drug, and it's a drug, right? They're selling this as a drug. How are they doing that? This is so valuable a substance. It's like turning air to gold.
What I do know, or what I suspect, Nessa, is that This ties back to the Dragon Scale Syndicate.
Fucking
Maybe.
the Shadow Scale Syndicate, and it's just a fucking comes back to that goddamn shepherd. I don't get his motivations either. What the fuck is happening? He takes a run at all of us just to shoo us away from whatever he's planning. So what is it? Is it selling fucking drugs? It's like, I don't give a shit about that. As long as it doesn't hurt the environment, whatever, I don't care. Like, people are going to do what they're going to do. But then to try to take us all out and leave us with this mutated fucking goop, and somehow Helios is involved, and nobody from the GSTF is even taking this fucking seriously. They just care about their data breaches.
Well, I will take a look at the other safe houses. It's come to my attention. Thank you for Rita.
Oh, my pleasure. How is she working out for you?
I did not expect her capabilities to be so fast.
Well, she is a prototype, so take care of her.
I am being very careful with her. She did let me know that as I moved through the building, the safe house, I was able to interrupt some kind of containment field. I was essentially under attack before I was attacked again.
By who?
There was a woman surrounded by the goo, that black goop.
You mean like
a
prisoner? Someone that was infected?
It would seem, yes. They were holding her and, I guess, testing her, watching, observing.
This is Helios?
Yes.
Wait a minute, but they're fucking do-gooders. They have prisoners? They're experimenting? That doesn't track. Are you sure it was Helios?
It was Pharaoh's Hope covering for Helios. But it definitely looked like... In fact, I remember seeing name tags and the Helios symbol.
Huh.
They're definitely at work on this. The possibility of them having prisoners is not... It's not too impossible. I mean, look at who they have on their staff.
Yeah, that's true. I don't really like that Noctum guy. He gives me the willies. But Emerald, really? She seems like a Texas cheerleader. She's involved in extraditions. Is not extraditions. What's the word I'm looking for? Renditions. She's involved in renditions now. That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe it has something to do with that black group. What I do know is that when I came in through the ceiling, I somehow managed to interrupt the field that they were using to contain.
Well, that kind of makes sense. Maybe this particular iteration was vulnerable to harmonics, which is probably why you should take, if you can get that audible. Yes, that's it. If you can get that audible guy to tag along, maybe he can help you out with that.
I will reach out to him.
So also, whatever it takes.
By the way, I met personally with that very strange one, the one with the beaked mask.
Oh yeah, I heard about that guy. He's a psychic, a powerful one, if memory serves.
He doesn't seem too stable.
Well, I mean, look at his getup. That doesn't scream sanity. And he's one of the good guys. Eugh. Okay. And you said you had to run in with him. Was he the one that was trying to capture you?
Yes, he was willing to throw another human being at me.
What? And these are heroes?
It makes Helios quite questionable.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's all new information, and we're going to have to process that, but I think for the time being, I need to stay on task. So I'm going to ask you to see if you can procure me any more samples. Don't put yourself in any real danger. I'm not asking you to be I'm not asking you to be an Amazon from Themyscira. I'm asking if you can procure it in the way you procure things. I would be very grateful, and we'll continue our partnership. Same same parameters, same payment schedule. I'm okay with that. And if you think that a raise is in order, we can talk about that or make other arrangements.
I am always open to other arrangements, Vanessa.
That other arrangement is where you're just like, excuse me?
Surprise, motherfucker!
That one, I mean, that was a throwaway, but she threw that out at you, and she's like, okay, well, I got to get back. We're running another test, and if I'm not there, I just don't want to leave it in the hands of
Lesser qualified individuals. I understand.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it like that, but yeah. If there's any, I'll have my phone with me, so please keep in touch, keep open communication.
I will be careful, Vanessa. I hope you will do the same.
Okay, thank you. Good luck. And
All right.
she hangs up.
And after that call is done, I will go take a quick shower because exploding walls and running around all over the place. Yeah. And after that, I want to follow up on what I was saying at the end of last session, which was getting a better understanding of Rita's capabilities.
Okay. All right. So I'll give you a write up for Rita. I gave you her level, and then we can talk about what she can and cannot do. All right, and I'll have some time this week to be able to do that. Now, who didn't I get?
Me.
Crosshair. I think I talked to you, but you
Yeah,
had.
what I meant to do also is two things.
Go ahead.
I wanted to look at that video. We're all aware of the shot that was taken at the head of the crime family, except it hit the big guy, and then there was a whole rampage. Was there actual footage of Crosshair dying?
No.
Okay, so there's no footage of her unseen. It's just a shot rang out and and Chilito got hit, and then he went rampaging. Okay,
correct.
Cool.
Yeah.
I will reach out. I will message her, and I will message. God damn it.
Audible.
Audible. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is going to be a little protracted game. I apologize for my tardiness, but I had a gig earlier today. But
get your money.
I already got my deposit, so they're not getting that back.
Dang, get your money. Fuck the haters.
That's right. Audible, you get that text from Ethera, which is Ethera. What's the text?
Hello, Audible. We should talk. And I just put Ethera and sign it Ethera.
All right, so that
I
raises
look at my phone.
that raises your blood pressure below the waist.
Right. I look at the phone. I look at T because we're probably eating.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, the ghost shorty just hit me up.
Is he even there?
Is he there? No.
Toreador, are you there? I just see his torture rack.
Right.
You need to go kill somebody.
All right, so he's not there just yet, but
Right. Well, I just be like, well, I'm gonna assume he's in the room. You can repeat it to him.
yeah, that's fine.
I just basically be like, she don't never holler at the kid. What does she want?
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to unfortunately wait for him to come back.
Right.
Crosshair, are you sending Crosshair the same message?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Crosshair.
Message of what?
Hello,
What does the
Crosshair.
message say?
We should talk.
Smiley face.
Sarah. Smiley face, yeah, why not? Signed Athera.
That's
It
it.
Very
shows
good.
up on my HUD, I take it.
Yes.
What? Who? My turn?
Oh, Steve, you and Audible have a conversation going on.
What's going on?
Ghost
Wait,
shorty
wait,
just
wait.
hit me up.
What?
Athera?
Ghost shorty.
Yeah, you know. The assassin with the fatty? I'm never gonna say
mean,
that to her face.
That's like a general
Kill me.
description for most women that walk around.
But
Nice.
I show him the text. What do you think this means? She don't ever she never hollers at the kids, so I wonder what this is about.
What did the text say?
Repeat it, Mike.
It says,
Hello, Audible.
hello, Audible. We should chat. And then it's just my name at the end. That's it.
Your familiarity with one another is what? I just want to make sure that we're all.
I know who she is. I respect her work, right? And just the horn dog I am, I think he's fine. But I know that if I say the wrong thing, she will murk me by phasing her hand in my body, and I will die. So I never get froggy with her.
I know them. I'm familiar with their work. I don't know them on any kind of personal level whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, on my end, it's familiarity with everybody and a kind of friendly rivalry with Crosshair.
Gotcha.
That much I do remember.
Yes.
Everybody else, I'm aware of their work, what they do. I have my own views on each individual. Yeah.
Okay.
I tell them, I think it sounds like it might be a job.
Well, now that we're attached to the hip, you're gonna have to come with me just in case this shit goes sideways.
Absolutely, I'll go with you. But remembering what I know about her, maybe you should give her a heads up.
Yeah. Let's set up a meeting spot. I can set up a meeting spot. Not here.
If you really want to, if you're really considering what she may say to you, let her pick the spot. That way she sets the ground and she'll feel safe.
Okay. Yeah. Chicks always need to feel safe.
Yes.
Even though this one can literally like put her hand through your head and cause a hemorrhage. I don't know what she needs to be worried about, but okay. I send a text.
All right.
And my pet says, bet, Audible.
That's actually right on. That's like completely on brand.
Yeah, man.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Completely on brand for Audible. Bet.
I just text Where? Where and when? Question mark.
And I put Fort Tryon Park, the cloisters.
That's in the Bronx.
Yes, it's off the bridge. I want to go there so bad.
Nice.
Time.
Midnight.
I'm bringing.
Wait, Lou, you said it is midnight, right?
It is, yeah. No, it's more 1 a.m. now.
1 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay, instead I will go with dawn.
Okay.
Nautical or astrological?
Always got to make it complicated.
Let's say I go. See you soon. And that's it.
Okay, and same for Crosshair. You receive that text while they're exchanging their text messages. What are you responding to Ethera or not?
Well, I respond through the HUD. I put a question mark back to her.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
Crosshair, I have something to show you. I'll come to you. Where are you?
Crosshair.
Mm-hmm.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. I tell her. I stop putting my disguise together
Mm-hmm.
and tell her Chinatown.
Anywhere in particular? Chinatown's a rather large place.
Jing Fong.
I'm assuming that's a spot somewhere in Chinatown.
Jing Fong is a actual Chinese restaurant.
Okay.
But since it's a Chinese restaurant,
Jimmy.
it's owned by.
The particulars don't matter. I'm just want to make sure that it's a restaurant and not some other type of establishment.
Whorehouse.
It's a restaurant.
Right. Okay.
Oh, basement. You know how that goes.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's owned by Donkey Kong.
Oh, shut up, Donkey Kong.
All right.
So, Jing Fong.
Jing
There
Fong.
now.
All right.
Okay.
I'll see you shortly.
All right. So that's all set for you guys. Coming back to Mystic Knight access, the information that you've received, you've gotten, blah, blah, blah. What else were you doing?
We were gonna hold on.
I don't know if Mystic Knight's awake. So I heard him snoring because he's fat.
Yo,
I'm awake.
we were gonna try to take control of the Hydra so we could use it.
Okay. That Hydra's proving extraordinarily difficult, and there's an added wrinkle in that there seems to be a subroutine running in it that you're not it's unfamiliar in that it wasn't there when you first encountered it.
Is the subroutine similar to that of mock AI or
Correct.
pseudo AI?
It's
Because that could be the explanation behind the subroutine. It may be self-replicating. If that's the case, then we could tackle it.
It's
It
not
may be
that
difficult, but
it's not that it's self-replicating, but there seems to have there is a component of artificial intelligence. Yes, but it's not a mock AI. It seems to be a fully fledged AI package, and it's As you're,
But it's not as complex yet.
it's no, the complexity in that it is evolving.
Okay, so access. I think we could tackle this. Maybe I can use my magic along with your controlling the machines. I know that you have issues when it comes to AIs, but if we combine our efforts, I think I could bypass the AI with my magic and pretty much come up with a digital way of enthralling it before it evolves to its max capacity. And then we can then reverse engineer it so we can take full control of it. What do you think?
How fast is this thing evolving?
It's exponential.
So how much
So
time
we
do we
got
have? How much time do we have?
You don't
before
have a lot.
Okay, so let's bang it out now.
It's literally taking information from that Hydra and evolving itself.
Oh shit.
Oh, almost like I can't remember the name of the creature that what is that?
Have I ever seen anything like this, Lou?
No.
So this is all new ball game.
It's almost like I forget the name of the mythical creature that can it's not the phoenix, but that it literally kind of destroys itself to better itself. It's something to that effect.
Phoenix?
Yeah, that's the Phoenix.
Okay, so it's almost acting like the phoenix. It's absorbing itself to evolve itself.
That's one theory that you're positing. It's not. I'm not going to confirm nor deny, but it is a possibility.
And how many heads does this have now?
What are you talking about? The Hydra itself is not necessarily active or inactive. You just what you guys did was essentially try to clone it.
Yes.
So it's not active. You're not using it. Nothing is attacking it.
But it's still growing.
Whatever this subroutine is, whatever this AI subroutine is working, it's using the Hydra's structure to evolve itself.
Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this now. If not, we're gonna lose our opportunity to try and control it.
Okay, and Adolfo, put your shirt on.
Oh my God! Yes.
Good grief!
That's fuck.
I'll be right back. I have to go put bleach in my eyes. Pour some in my ears too. Oh, hey, quick question. The whole recovery rolls thing. Mm-hmm. How long does it take to regenerate back down to?
After the 10 hours, then you start ticking it backwards.
Okay, I haven't done 10 hours. I've only done one action in 10 minutes.
Yep. Then it goes to the next step. I believe it's an hour.
Can I do that too?
Sure.
Yeah, Lewis, and I did that the last game. Remember I told you that I was going to use my power healing power shift?
Okay. That just gives you an extra chance to recover. Like an extra, whatever you call it. An extra step.
Okay, so...
All right, so yeah, so let's do that.
I'm headed over to Gen Con.
Okay.
All right,
weapons
so
on me that anybody can see, so to speak.
Yes, go ahead.
So Lou, so what we're gonna do is this, right? Well, what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna use the enthralling spell, which by now I should have the XP to be able to actually make it part of my repertoire if you allow me. If you do, then I'm gonna use that spell in combination with the hacking and Access's support in order to try and gain control of the Hydra so it could allow us to dissect it. And so in other words, I'm gonna gain the spell, but I'm gonna make it into another stunt in order to affect the digital Hydra.
Okay, so your usage of the stunts have diminishing returns if you continue to use the same stunt. They no longer become stunts, just so we're clear.
No. What I'm saying is the stunt was for people, right? So I've used it enough where I can buy it as an actual spell. Now I'm actually trying to use it to manipulate an AI, which is not a person, with my hacking ability.
You want to modify one spell to affect something other than just
Yeah, so
flashbacks.
basically
Yeah, no,
that
I-
in itself,
Okay.
that
so,
in itself in the mechanics of the game is a stunt.
No, I get it. Just you clarified it at the back end, so just wanted to clarify that on the front end. Stunts become stunts have
I mean, I
diminishing
understand
returns.
what you were saying. That's why I took the time to clarify exactly what the steps were.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all. And then I'm using Access as an asset with his abilities in order to get an advantage with regards to doing that stunt.
That's only if Access is going to allow that.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. So you're using the enthralling spell, and then what else?
Okay, so
And
enthrallment.
Adolfo, can I also do a stunt to see since it's artificial intelligence?
That's not a stunt. That's actually using a skill.
No, with his ability would be a stunt because normally he wouldn't be able to affect AIs.
Okay, so if that's the case, then there's no stunt to be made.
No, he can make the stunt in order to try to, with my magic, to enhance his ability. As he's using his ability to enhance my magic, so we're piggybacking off each other, and that in itself is a stunt.
You're going to augment his ability to drive a car when he doesn't have the ability to drive a car.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, that's interesting.
Role playing.
Okay, so let's talk point distribution if you're going to be using them.
Well, mine is the intelligence shift, which is 1. The power itself, which is 2. The hacking is 4.
What do you mean 4?
The hacking ability is going to give him 2 plus 2 steps.
Okay.
Let me tell you exactly how this is going to be. This is a perception-based task because we're actually trying to identify and control the AI. So that gives me 1 more step.
You get this step from perception?
Yeah. And then this is research because we're trying to reverse engineer it. That's another step. That's 6. Intelligence is 1, ability is 2, and the power magic is 3. So that's 7.
Wait a minute. So you're using intellect twice?
No. Intelligence is 1. The ability, which is the enthrallment, is 2. And then I have a power shift in magic just
Does
in
the
general.
enthrallment reduce the difficulty, or is it just the power to enthrall?
No. The enthrallment doesn't reduce the difficulty. It's my power shift in the ability that lowers it 1 step.
So you're doubling up on the power shift is what you're doing.
No. My specific power that I've been developing is the enthrallment. That's the ability. But I have a general purpose power magic shift.
Okay.
That allows me to use my magic 1 step easier.
Understood. So then you can't double it up then, because you just said magic twice. power shift magic and then the magic again. It's one or the other.
No, the power shift of the ability is specific to that ability only. My magic power shift is just overall my magic. So I get a step from that because it's just magic. And then because I'm specializing in that ability, I get another power shift.
Okay.
And then, of course, the intelligence is the third one. So it's a total of 7.
Okay.
For me. Also, my artifact, which will reduce it. I don't know how much it'll reduce it by. That's something we haven't worked out. In general, I've only done it by 1. So if it's only 1, it's 8. And I am doing this in the lab as an asset. So that in itself would be another 1. That would be 9.
Okay. All right. So
what you rolled out though for? Oh my god.
No, I haven't rolled anything.
You didn't roll anything.
Okay.
I haven't rolled anything yet. And Danny, as an asset, you'll only be able to provide it 2 more steps, which is 11.
Yeah, you can't add 2 assets, can you?
No. He's going to be my asset technically because I'm the source of them that's going to be able to control.
But that only reduces
AI.
it. That adds only 1 step, not 2. Where are you getting 2?
Okay, so it's 1. That's fine. So that's 10, right? And I'm going to use the Cypher for the stunt, which reduces it by another 4.
Which Cypher?
Yeah.
Which Cypher?
Hold on. I'm going to tell you right now. The stunt boost. It reduces it by 4.
Where'd you get that?
It's in my character sheet.
Oh. Okay. It reduces it by another 4?
Yeah, the Cypher eases the user's next difficult, formidable, or impossible power shift task by 4 steps. Ease by 5 if it's level 7 or higher, but it's a level 6.
Okay. All right, so you're going to burn.
So it's 14 steps that I reduce it by.
So you're burning
in order to take control of this Hydra, so that way we can not only control it, but reverse engineer it and be able to take full control of it.
Okay.
And by that, I mean not only myself but also access. So it's kind of weird because we're kind of piggybacking off of each other, but he's enhancing me and I'm enhancing him. So we're getting the same benefit for both of us. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. In other words, if this stunt is successful, it would count as a successful stunt for his ability to try and control AI, which normally he wouldn't be able to do. Now, the only thing I don't know if what you'll end up doing as a caveat is something that we need to do together as a combined effort instead of an individual effort on our own, even after a successful stunt.
We could do 1 to 2 powers.
I'm going to have to come back to that because I want to do a little bit of research on that just to make sure that, not that you're cheating or anything like that. I just want to understand.
Wow.
What I have to preface that because what I need to do is understand if you're applying your point system, your point values correctly.
Okay.
All right,
no, that's fair enough.
That's really all I want to do because.
No, that's fair enough because I'm not saying I'm 100% correct either. But as far as from what I understand in the book, and I know that you usually argue the point that we do it to our benefit, but I'm trying to actually be as static as possible because I'm not only trying to understand the system myself as well, but I'm trying to help everybody else understand the system.
Totally get it.
So in this case, by all means.
And I've been pretty lax on my research of how these point values work themselves out, because I
Mhm.
think there's over liberal applications, and not just you, I'm just in general, of how these points get stacked and whether or not
Yeah.
they're being stacked correctly or if we're overstacking them.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, so we'll resolve that in the next game because it is 12:35. I know that some of you guys have to get off, but I'd like to at some point continue this in because I'm getting a little head of steam here with some of this information that I got to provide some of you guys. So in context, and this also goes towards the Helios group. And I want to work with Cheddar Biscuit on his character. Cheddar Biscuit, what are you thinking as far as what you're thinking about bringing in? Because then I can help steer you in a direction to where you should look. Listening to the shenanigans that were going on now.
It looks like I got everything covered from like psionics to magic. I was thinking somebody like a super soldier operative or something. That probably is just because I just saw the Thunderbolts, but
Which is a dope. It was better than I thought it was going to be.
yeah, it really was.
Okay, so yeah, just send me a chat on what you're thinking of doing. I mean, the cool thing about this game is that there's infinite number of possibilities as far as what you can create. It's just there's a kind of a baseline of how you could look at it to start creating it, and there's no real classes or OCCs similar to Palladium. It's more open-ended, so it'll lend itself to a sort of analysis paralysis. So whatever you're thinking, we can just work it out.
Okay.
All right, and I guess that's pretty much it. I owe you guys XP from the last game and then this one, so I will give that to you this week. If you have any questions, let me know, and then we can start talking about. For those of you who are making the case for Tier 2, I'll go through, make a deep dive on whether or not Tier 2 is on the horizon for you, based on what you've been doing, based on your character sentence, because that's going to be predominant on whether or not you make it to the next, you get to the next tier. Because again, remember, the tiers are milestones based on character growth, and character growth for me is you started here, and you essentially grew into another version of yourself where that original version of you doesn't exist anymore. You're now this new version moving forward and growing.
Oh, so then I should be tier 3.
You should be tier -4. So I will. I'm gonna leave it at that, and let's see here.
And Lou,
Yes.
when you provide me the XP, make it -3, and add the enthrallment spell to the list.
All right, hold on a second.
And remember, that's a custom spell, so
What the fuck?
based off the entangling force.
Okay. -3 spell. All right, I'll just put spell for now, and then I'll come back, circle around back to it, and then we can talk about particulars. Okay. So thank you everybody for joining us, and for Audible, Architect, Access, Mystic Knight, Toreador, Ethera, and Crosshair 2.0, I am DM Discretion. Thank you so much for joining us. We will catch you in the next game.